accountability. And that's how you wire your brain to be able to be personally accountable. Right. So if you are feared or stressed, you are not going to have neurogenesis. It's not going to work. That's not where it's created, because it's going to shut down all access to the frontal lobe. You're going to be in a hijacked amygdala state, fight or flight. And so now you can't create anything new because you're seeking safety from the saber-toothed tiger, usually an unaccountable person that's creating a false positive in your life. So let me know if I've answered your question, Regina. Yes, neuropability. Take the L out. Pability. So it's neuropability or P ability. So if you think you just took the neuro and personal accountability and put it together, neuropability. Yes, you will solicit feedback. By using solicit feedback, you are creating neurogenesis, which is creating a new neural pathway to feedback. So you're doing this, yes, neuropability. Kevin, I saw you said yes, makes total sense and clear. That's the one comment that I saw. Did you have a different comment? You said yes, makes total sense and clear. And you have a siren. So in essence, every principle of real leadership is creating a new neural pathway, and is creating neurogenesis, because you're learning how to use the principle of real leadership, and the neural pathway that you're creating is to use it. So, solicit feedback, new neurons. Now I'm creating a neural pathway to being able to solicit feedback, and that's neuroplasticity. And you will begin to, it will feel uncomfortable and new, and then, or I would say unfamiliar, and then it will become something that you just do automatically. So you will just naturally begin, the more you solicit feedback, it will be something that you will naturally do. Yes, just checking. Got it. So it's something that, and that's what the 74 principles are for. So with each one of them, you are creating a new neural pathway. And then what will happen is you will start combining them, which will create different neural pathways because you've combined them together. And that's what gives you this very neuropability existence, which means you are constantly using them. And so you are constantly holding yourself personally accountable. And so I will use this example. Let's say you're putting a desk together. And so you need an Allen wrench. I know you're going to say bit Nola, but for the sake of this, you need an Allen wrench, a flathead screwdriver, and a hammer. Those are 3 tools that you would use to put the desk together. So if you need to solicit feedback, you're actually going to be asking questions, listening, and communicating effectively, and soliciting feedback. So the objective is to get feedback, which is the desk. And you're going to use these other 3 principles of real leadership to get that feedback. So you are using them as tools, resources, to hold yourself personally accountable every day to become your best. Hopefully that didn't murk it up and it made it more clear. So we're taking these one day at a time, so you can just look at them one day at a time, use it that day, and become accustomed to using it, and then build upon it each day so that it becomes this thing that you just naturally do. Because now every time you create a new neural pathway of personal accountability, what you're doing is pruning a neural pathway to unaccountability. Because if you don't use that pathway, the brain naturally prunes it, and then you don't use it anymore. So it's almost like, I hope it's not a 1-for-1 swap, but it should be more because you can combine the principles of real leadership. So the objective is every time you use a principle of real leadership and you keep using it, you stop using a principle of unaccountability. And then your brain just doesn't wire itself. It's no longer even attracted to or attached to anything that's unaccountable. And you just go best. Honest, be honest, trustworthy. You read, because reading is fundamental. You have fun, you take naps, you relax, you listen automatically, because those neural pathways are the ones that you use most frequently. That's the entire objective. So we are taking the 74 principles of real leadership, one neuron, one neural pathway at a time, and then building upon them. And at some point, I will be combining the neurotransmitters, serotonin, dopamine, GABA, glutamate and all